Nice big bass. Woohoo! Come on in here with us. Good night. Look at that sucker. Did I just say I never catch fish off of that, Doc? Apparently I do now. And that's the blowout tide, right? Maybe the normal tide cycle, this fish is going to be up in the shallows, going to be doing its thing. But on the extreme low, man, he's coming up here taking advantage, dropping off. The bait's getting pulled off the flats. He's right there to wolf on it. And you can see this is we're here in the fall. This is a fresh fish that's coming out of the grass flats, really healthy looking, migrating with the bait. I love to see those. When you start seeing those this time of year, you know the migration is on. That's a beautiful fish migrating in with the shad. I'm gonna blow out low. Look at that. How cool is that? Love it. Woohoo! Come on! This is another excellent piece of habitat that is going to survive and thrive during the blowout low, which is a rip. This is a gravel bank that transitions into riprap. But once again, I'm sitting out here in 6 feet of water. So no matter how low it gets, there's still going to be enough water here for the fish to be able to feed and survive. And the surrounding areas are going to be high and dry. There will be no water on them at all. So if the conditions are doing this, if they're blowing out on you, a lot of times, you know, it can concentrate fish. But you got to learn to pack your bags, especially if you're a tournament guy like me. You can go out and practice, and you may have fish located, you know, on shallow blowdowns or up shallow creeks or up on the grass flats or something. And you get that strong wind and it just blows the water out. It's really difficult to let go of those dominant patterns. But what you're going to try to do is you're going to try to back off of those flats until you find the deepest water right next to those flats, whatever it may be. Sometimes it can be, you know, a bluff or a point next to a shallow flat. Sometimes it can just be a simple bank transition where the banks are shallow, and then they turn more into bluffy, deep water banks. They're gonna be ways that you're gonna be surviving that. But you gotta make that adjustment and get out of that shallow water. And you may think that, all right, well, man, it's shallow enough, you know, it's still holding enough water, maybe I can catch some. But you got to learn to recognize and make that adjustment as efficiently as you can. That, you know, if we were getting bites up in this shallow water yesterday, and now the bites are getting harder or less, the quicker you can make that adjustment, the quicker you're going to be able to get yourself around the fish. And getting on this deep bank, riprap banks, is a great way to go. Now there's a couple ways that there's a lot of different ways you can fish this. I happen to be throwing a lipless bait. You can throw a crankbait.